Egypt. Egypt, as you know it, has a lot of artifacts, a lot of history, and a lot of things that you collect together to piece together where you come from, who you are, what is your timeline, what is your history. This whole area in itself is an energetic portal, not only for coming in and out, but for carrying out energetic and electromagnetic experimentation. What you see in terms of the collective artifacts and the things that you find or are discovering are from different timelines. If you can think of it like one of the only spaces where things can be brought in and only carried so far. Then things got brought in and laid on top of what was already there, and so forth and so forth. So the discoveries that is in this space, for sure, hugely energetic and hugely spiritual, because it came from the energeticness of that portal. But it's layered. We are trying to think of another word other than junkyard, because that's not the right word, but the concept is similar. Think of it like it was a temple, which then, after many years, the temple then became a home, and after many years then became a school, then became a brand new block of apartments, then became a energy portal, then became a monument of kings, and then became a space where people wanted to shut down and try to get rid of a lot of things. Do you understand the calibration? So it's not all of it that was built in the same time, or nothing was actually built. It was energetically and vibrationally created, and then more things came through a portal and landed on top of it. What it was used for is the most significant thing, not what is there. You will think that what is there is more significant because it's been hidden and secretive. It holds secrets, a space of a secret keeper. But once you realize you are connected to Source and you are everything and everyone, and everything is connected, those secrets don't seem to matter as much. So if we can move along past that point, what the space was used for is energetic imprints and downloads. So you will see areas that have huge imagery of what you would call birds or snakes or bird people or gods or imagery as such. This was not drawn or sketched onto or carved onto rock formation. This is an energetic and light imprint. It's imprinted into the matter. The matter has been manipulated vibrationally, and it's like a stamp that has been imprinted. Why those shapes and those formations? Because it holds the energy imprint of what that is, of what energetically that may give you. So if you need healing of some sort, you could match up to the energetic imprint that resembled healing and be in that space, and that in itself could transform you into your healing power. The imprints had a lot of people and past gods, such as Isis, Hathor. These are energetic imprints to hold what their vibration stood for. Justice, wisdom, protection. So as these energies transported it in and out of, at that timeline, one of the only portals, which was Egypt, they continued to manipulate the matter on every landing and every upgrade and left it there for the next people to come. It's not only Egypt that is a portal. However, it was one of the highest traffic points in that timeline and probably the easiest to come in and out of. You don't have to change your vibration much to enter and exit from there. Not a huge shift. The portal is under the Sphinx. It's now hidden. And replicas of artifacts and other monuments that carry legacy to a story have been placed there. This is why some of the monuments, some of the structures are different. It's not that there was different tools. It's because it's made elsewhere and put there. We say this to inform and to educate the people that we can all confirm and vibrationally align on a fact, on a timeline, that this part of the world is an energy portal. And this part of the world holds huge energetic vibration. The resonance of the space formed a pyramid. Just like the resonance of other spaces on other parts of the world can form pyramids or spheres or other sacred geometry, geometric shapes. The pyramid and the triangle is so important, and the unity currency that is of that teaching is in the same shape. So all you need is the base, the spiral, and the energy and momentum to go all the way up. We would like to advise not to be so distracted in the story of history in this way, as this history serves a purpose to a timeline energetically and collectively. For example, some people will think that rocks pulled from one area to another is what formed ancient Egypt or the ruins or whatever is there. Other people will look at that and think that's completely impossible. So all of the stories in terms of the history of unfolding there is feeding the collective timeline in its best purpose, in its highest purpose. However, when you go there and you feel, you don't even have to look. You can completely close your eyes All you need to do is just tune in and feel what's going on there. It's a palpable feeling of vibration. It's the hairs sticking up on the back of your neck for no reason other than the strength of the energy that's surrounding you. Do you have any questions on this?
Where are the portals to and from? Where are people, beings coming in and out from?
So it's a multiple stop, a multi-stop, if you like to say. Inner Earth, it's a portal to the inner Earth. It's a portal to star system. It's also a portal from one side of the Earth to the other in terms of the same planet.
So if it was under the Sphinx and it's now gone, they covered it by the Sphinx, or the Sphinx was always there and it was.
So the Sphinx is, think of like the top of the layer, and then the portal is like that. Like the Sphinx is the top of the pyramid, for example, and then the portal is like that underneath. You can't cover it. You can try.
And as we learn more and as we come to these understandings of the energy of the place, will we regain access to the portal? Or is this the way to regain access to the portal? Or, yeah.
The portal is active always. There are just now many more. There are many more other places. You don't even have to look at the imagery and place your light body into the imprint of the image that you want to experience. You don't even have to do that anymore. You can just go there with the intention of connecting, and you can connect. But there was so much experimentation. There was so many beings in and out. There's so many lifetimes of over and over and over of the same soul incarnating as different things. So that's the storybook, or that's the history book. It's the burials and the cultural side of that all exists. But it's not of the same, it's not even of the same material. It's not of the same anything. Now that that's in your awareness, when you look at imagery, or when you tune into Egypt, or when you go there physically, you will see it's not even built on the same materials. And it's hugely because of what was coming in and out. And when we say portal, it doesn't necessarily mean a portal and I'm just going to walk through it. You could bring a city. You could bring your whole city through that portal. And that was some of the experimentation. You could bring animals from other planets. You could bring metals and materials and gases.
Pretty much anything that matches the vibration of the portal, you could just bring through it.
Mm-hmm.
And did we need devices for this, or we just those beings knew how to change their own structure?
It was a lot of experimentation.
With those energetic imprints, that is quite fascinating on how people used them. Did you have to harmonize with the imprint so it would activate, or when you walked in the room it kind of just activated?
You mean to create it?
To use it.
So to use it, you would have to be a vibrational match for the light to turn on or for it to light up. And as soon as it fully lit up, it was an immersive experience. So that's how, if you want to call it a legacy, or that's how some of those gods and the message of them and what they did came along for so many years after, because people after people after people would have that trait, would have that energy experience, would have that immersion and take on some form of that. Most of the portals and energetic experience on your planet are located where there's not a lot of people. And the reason for that is people do not go to high vibrational areas.
So it's not that the high vibrational areas are away from people, it's that people stay away from high vibrational areas.
Mm-hmm.
What is that a part of fear programming or our fear of it?
It's fear of the unknown. It's fear of this place feels weird. And every time I go there and go back, I feel off or dizzy or worse, because not understanding what an upgrade is or not understanding ascension symptoms can lead you to believe that this area is not doesn't make me feel safe. Mount Shasta has had a lot of people move there, but that's only recent. That hasn't been happening for decades. And the people that did live there for decades would be people that would not be associated in social aspects of life or accepted in some social circles. There are more portals in the world, in this planet, than we are aware of. So your interest and your curiosity for Egypt or Jordan or any of the places that have artifacts from the past, your curiosity is because there are parts of you or fractals of you that were there for at least one or two of those experiments.
With these portals, are they just naturally occurring portals or are they kind of designed?
They are designed. Doesn't mean you know where they are, but they are part of the design. Think of it like the nucleus in every cell.
And so if we start to learn how to access these portals and move through them, we would be able to move across the planet without planes. Are there enough in that way?
There are enough in that way. However, it'll take so much energy that defeats the purpose of it. And it's not really there to be used in that form. It's window and pockets between worlds, like an invisible border. Your planes and travel system does not have any attachment to energy and uses materials that can be aerodynamically changed and improved. However, for that to change, there needs to be new materials that are discovered. And when we say materials, we're not just talking about the physical materials like the metal or the plastics or the what it's made of in terms of the physical thing. We're also talking about the energy on which it runs. If you want to visit a portal, if you want to go to inner earth, if you want to have those types of experiences, if you want to engage with an ancient god through an imprint, you can go through meditation. Set your intention, have your connection, and go through meditation. If you came here, if your sole purpose was to come here to experience life and evolve your soul, finding portals may not be of your highest joy. It's interesting, it's fascinating, it's not going to tell you who you are. You are undeniably source. You are source in divine perfection. You are exactly where you need to be in every single now moment. You are the conductor and the attractor of all of your highest desires. You're a soul projected into a physical body to incarnate on Earth's plane, to experience planet Earth, the self, the collective, in a giving, receiving, attracting, and manifesting way.